I don't know why that's not red. There it is. Now it's red. Okay, so can everybody see the class list that shows everybody's, here? And let me back up one. There we go. Does everybody see the class list with 20 people right here? Okay. Nobody says anything, so I just agree that I just assume that y'all see it. All right, so I'm going to go now to MyLabs Plus, and we're going to go through Blackboard, and I'm going to show you the front door, which is Blackboard, which hardly ever works, and I'm going to show you the back door, which you should use the most. Everybody with me? So, how do we use the front door? Well, if Blackboard is up, you click on the Blackboard. Now, if you have the Learn tab, everybody should be getting your computers out. Does everybody have their computer out? I assume you do because you're on Teams. But hopefully you can follow along with me as long as you keep my screen on and that's why you need to have a second monitor to keep my screen on a monitor while you do stuff on your computer. But click on to Learn and log on to Blackboard will be down toward the bottom. Mine's up toward the top. And click on the Blackboard. Okay, no, you cannot have control. I'm in control. Somebody accidentally hit the button. If you accidentally hit the present button, it'll ask me if I want to give control to you. And I do not want to give control to the students. Sorry. All right, log in. And go to Blackboard Courses right here, right to Courses. Now, if anybody needs me to slow down, let me know because I need to keep everybody in one, in one step here.
You have a work email.
Lord have mercy, people have been emailing all morning. Okay, so now I want to hit Math 111. As soon as I can find it, Math 111, there it is. Click on that. And here is Hubert's class, Math 111 syllabus. So even if you still haven't gotten my email, it's on Teams, it's on Blackboard, and it's on MyLabs Plus. So there's the handouts. MyLabs Plus, click on it. And MyLabs Plus. And that should take you, now you might have to type in a username and password or your T number. If your password doesn't work, use your T number. Give me a show of hands on how many people are at MyLabs Plus, like I've got right here. Give me a show of hands. There we go. Okay, it's got about 1, 2. Miss McKenzie, are you with me? You can type in, you don't have to talk. Okay, so far, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are not giving me a hand. Tell me what the problem is. Are you not on a computer, or tell me, just type it in the, or you can talk. Okay, 4. Let me know. Keep me advised. Let me look at the chat and see what they say. I am, but I don't have the raise hand feature. Okay, good. Why don't you have the raise hand feature? I thought it was. That's odd. Wonder why she doesn't have the. Well, you need to get the latest update. I don't know what's the matter with you. You got to hurry up and get with the program. All right. Now, I've got, let's see how many got hands now. Okay, I've only got one person without a hand. So let me know, Miss McKenzie, if you need any help or just behind. Let me know. Let me look at the chat and see if anybody says anything. Anybody? Okay, nothing. Okay. We're going to move ahead. I'm trying to help out as much as possible. Miss Flaherty just came in. Miss Flaherty, how are you? Did she just come in or did I miss her? Yeah. Oh, we got a full class, y'all. Give yourself a hand. We have a full class today. I need to sit down. I'm faint. Feel faint. Miss Flaherty, we are going through Blackboard, and Miss McKenzie going through Blackboard, which is on the Learn tab, which is right there. And log on to Blackboard. Once you get to Blackboard, you go to Courses, and then you go to My Labs Plus, and My Labs Plus again, and it's right here. That's what the screen is right here. Miss Flaherty, are you on My Labs Plus yet, or can you get there, or just type it in the chat, please, or you can talk if you want to.
I've been here since like class started, so I'm all caught up.
Okay, I just didn't see a hand. Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay, so everybody's on board pretty much. All right, so here we go. I'm trying to keep up with y'all's enrollment and watching the hands and the chat. So if somebody puts a question in the chat, please let me know because I stay in enrollment pretty much. Okay, you can turn your hands off now. Just click on the hand again and it'll turn the hands off. That way if I ask another question, it'll be on there, okay? All right, so now I'm going to tell you what's important in My Labs Plus. First of all, I'm going to show you how to print out the e-text. So you go down on the left-hand side and you hit e-text or chapter contents. Either one. It'll take you to what you need to. You're going to the e-text. So I'm going to hit e-text. And it's going to ask you e-text again. And it's going to show you the table of contents. When it comes up, it takes a minute to pull up 300 plus pages. So just give it a few minutes. It'll pull up. Well, it'll come up eventually. Still working. I better turn my phone off. Make sure I've turned everything else off in the house. Turn this one off. There we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go to the 3 bars right here. Now, we don't know, how do you know what to pull up? Well, you go to the outline, which I told you is the most important page in your handouts. All of you should have it in front of you right now. I know you don't, but you need to have it in front of you, okay? There it is right there. And open with Firefox, I guess. What? Why can't you just open it like normal? Whatever. And there it is. And here is the most important. So where are we starting? Well, we're going to start with a review of algebra first, but 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4, 9.5. So we're going to go back to our and pull up chapter 9. 9.1 and hit the X. You can go back and forth to it. I'm going to hit the X to get rid of it. And there's 9.1, and you can print out, hit 3 dots over here, and you can print that page. Now, you're only able to print 1 page you can't print like 10 pages. So you have to go to the next page, and print it out. Mostly there's about 8 to 10 pages per section. So if you want to type these up or print them up, put them in a notebook, knock yourself out. Everybody has access to the ebook. So therefore, you don't have to buy a book. If you want to buy a book, that is entirely 100% up to you. Does everybody understand that? Give me a hand that you have the ebook and everybody has. Okay, there's good. Turn it off, turn it on, and then turn it off. Everybody understands that? Okay, good. Now, that's the ebook. You can print that out. You can look at it on your laptop. Now, if you're going to look at it on your laptop, you need to have a separate monitor. Like I've got my big screen TV here that I can still see y'all, but I can see what's on my screen. You need to have a second monitor, or you need to split screen or do something, because you need to see my whiteboard when I start teaching math. You need to see what I do as well as see what's in the book. So if you want to use the e-text in class, you need to either print it out or you need to have a second laptop or a second monitor or another device to use the ebook. Okay? And that's just self-explanatory. All right, so that's the ebook. So I'm not going to go over that anymore. All right, next. Grade book. Well, first, before I do the grade book, let's set up the grade book. In this class, we do have a project. I don't care about doing it, but we do have a project. This is something that's above me. This is coming from somewhere else. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't really want to do it, but we have to. So what do you do in the real world? If you have to do something, you just grin and what? Grin and bear it, and you do it. So in this case, homework is going to be 20%. Quizzes are 10%. Other is 10%. That'll be your project. And that'll leave 20, 30, 40. That'll leave 60% for your, I don't know if I got quizzes in here or not, so it's probably going to be 70%. 70%. I don't think I have quizzes in here, but I'll check. Okay, I don't see any. And that should be 100. And I'm going to save that. Okay, now when you go to your grade book, go to main menu and go to grade book, it's going to show you the weights when you go to calculation. This is your overall grade. Whatever's in this circle is your grade. Now, if you don't understand why that grade is that grade, you hit show calculation. And there's the homework, 20%. You'll get these points right here. Test, worth 70%, be these points right here. And then your project will be 10 points, which is 10%, which will be right here. Add those three up, and that number right there will be in this circle right here. So, grade book is for you to keep up with your grade. Also, write this down in your notes. Grade book is also where you can review completed tests and homework. So if you want to study for the final exam, you go back and you review all your stuff down here, which will be homework, tests, because I pull all of my questions from the exam, I pull them from the unit test. Okay, so that's what gradebook does. So we've gone through e-text and gradebook. What's next? Well, I go through the test next because the test is going to help go through some other things. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. I haven't got a test up yet. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to dread this, but I'm going to show you a test does everybody understand what the word show means? I hope you do, because somebody's going to write me an email after this class, and they're going to say, I missed the test. Is there any way you can extend the test? We haven't even went over the first math problem yet. Y'all need to chill, okay? I'm not going to assign a test to you when we haven't even went over any math. The hammies, those are hammies. People need to chill. All right, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to pull in a test. Let's see. I don't think I have any test in here. See if I do. Nope. So I'm going to pull in a test. Import. Now I'm doing this so I can show y'all. Show. I keep saying the word show because I'm trying to tell you that you don't have to do this test. Somebody's still going to write me an email. Might as well go ahead and move all of them. Let's see. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and add all of them for right now. You're not going to be able to see them anyway. Okay, I'm going to copy this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this one. And I'm going to call it Show Test. Not for students to turn in. Does anybody want to bet I still get an email? Anybody? I'll still get an email. There's a show test on there. Am I supposed to do that? What does it say? Not for students to turn in. Okay, so there it is. Next. Now, I'm going to set it up. Now, this is how I set up a test. And I will do this in front of y'all when the test is due or when we go over it in class. Let's see, today's, let's see, April, July, August 20th. And it is 11, I'm going to say 11:30. So I'm going to put 11:30 in here so students can freak out and think that they got a test at 11:30. But it's not your fault. Y'all have been conditioned. Your high school student teachers have conditioned y'all to do whatever they do. And that's why y'all are so spastic when it comes to assignments and stuff. Okay, math, let's see, May, August 20th. And we're going to shut her down at 12 o'clock. That'll be enough time to go over it. Now, even though 12 o'clock is going to come and pass, somebody's going to think that this test is due by 12 o'clock today. Let's see, allow students, allow partial credit, limit to 5. Oh my gosh, you let me do it 5 times, Hubert? Yes. What's the name of the test? It's a review test, so I'm going to let you do it 5 times. But I'm also going to click on this. Does anybody know what this means? Anybody want to take a stab at it? This right here means that if you go outside of the test and click on something with your cursor, that arrow right there, it's going to send me a message that you have went outside of the test. Now, why would you go outside of the test while you're doing a test? Somebody be frank with me. Why would you do that?
To look stuff up.
To look stuff up, to cheat. Okay? When you cheat, I'm gonna get a message that says, it's gonna be politically correct. It's gonna say, the message is gonna say, student has left the test area. It's not gonna say the power went out because I get a message if the power goes out. It's not gonna get a message that says the internet went out or connection was lost. I'm not gonna get that message. I'm gonna get a message that says, this student is cheating or this student has left the test. And it's not only going to send me a message, it's also going to cut off your access to your test, to future tests, and to homework. So you will have to email me, and you're going to. This is how you should. This is how you should do it. You should email me, and you should say, Hubert, please give me access, and then sign it your name. Don't lie, because I've already got you. Okay? I will give you one reprieve. After that, I'll take points off. If it does it a third time, I'll give you a 0. Fair? I think that's fair to give you one reprieve. Okay? Because the computer will send me that message and it will block you out. And you have 90 minutes. Now, why am I giving you, first of all, I want somebody, why am I giving you 5 days? Well, I usually give you 5 days to take the test. Why would I give you 5 days to take the test? Anybody want to guess why I would give you 5 days to take the test? Come on, people. Y'all going to have to interact with me. This is going to be long semester if you don't interact. Nobody knows. Okay, somebody type something in. Exactly. No, not give you time to study. You got time to study doing your homework. So even if life happens, we can still take it. You know what I'm going to say, Miss Holcomb? I'm going to say to cover your excuses. Because some of y'all, if I was to give y'all a hard copy test in a class, all of you would have 5 dead grandmothers on the first test. You would have 5 flat tires on the second test. Some of y'all would have a dead grandfather on the third test. And some of y'all would have engine trouble or car trouble on the fourth test. Have y'all ever noticed that on test day, everybody has problems? Well, this way, it covers that excuse. You have 5 days to take the test. So if lightning strikes your house and blows your house up, and if the dog eats your computer, and if you have 5 dead grandmothers, you still have 4 other days to take the test. So it takes care of that excuse. Why do I give y'all 5 attempts? Anybody want to type in an answer there? Why do I give you 5 attempts? To take care of the excuses. Exactly. In case you botch it up, in case lightning hits your computer, in case the dog eats the keyboard, whatever y'all come up with. Now, how do I take that grade? Write this down because this is a bonus question. I take the highest grade. Now, why do I have 5 attempts? Because this is even though I said this is a show me, okay, it's show me test. This test is copied from a review test. So I give you 5 chances on that review. On a normal test, I give you 3 chances. Everybody with me? So you've got 1 week to take the test, to take care of that excuse of 5 dead grandmothers. You've got 5 attempts on this first test. So in case the dog eats your computer. Why am I giving you 90 minutes to take a 50-minute test? Y'all should start to see a pattern here. Why am I giving y'all 90 minutes to take a 50-minute test? There you go, Miss Holcomb. Do you say, is it Adeline or Adeline, Miss Holcomb? That is such a pretty name, Adeline. Adeline or Adeline, such a pretty name. Anyway, 90. I give you 90 minutes to take a 50-minute test because of what Miss Holcomb said. She gets a thumbs up. No more what? Excuses. If you ever meet somebody that hates me as a teacher or made below a 50 in my class, you're going to see why in just a minute. If you ever meet those 2 people, you need to back away from them slowly, because they're either lazy or they're stupid, one of the two. Because most people can pass my class even if they hardly know the material. Add a line. That's a pretty name. Add a line. Not as pretty as Guernsey, is it, Miss Guernsey? All right, or Hubert. Hubert's even prettier. Woo! Name your kid. I tell you what, if you want your kid to be tough, name your kid Sue or Hubert, and they'll be tough. All right, any Johnny Cash fans out there? All right, so there's all of that. Save and assign. Now I'm ready to take my test. So main menu, assignment. I'm going to go through this because I only got 10 minutes to take the test. There's my, let's see, where's the test? Okay, y'all see it right there? Show test. Not for students to turn in. Click on that. It tells you how many questions you have. It tells you when the due date is. It tells you how many attempts you have, and it tells you how much time you have. Start test. And it shouldn't take this long, but I'm just going to go through and show you. I'm not going to, okay, there's a math question, 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 math question. It goes through and it asks you, where are my bonuses? I guess my bonuses are not in here. Right. But you see, there's a lot of, I do put bonus questions in. I don't know why they didn't transfer into this class, to this test. So I'll show you one with bonus questions in it. That's what's supposed to be in here. Hold on a second. Let me fix it for y'all, because y'all are special. Assignment manager. I'm going to have to extend the edit. Yes. I got to take those quotes out because that's driving me crazy. I'm OCD with some things. Show tests. This is not for students to turn in. Next, show custom questions. Okay. Give me a second to do this, okay? Just hold on. I don't do those anymore. I don't know, I may be doing some, it looks like I've got some repetitive questions there. Why is it copied everything twice? I don't know why it's copied everything twice, so I'm just going to pick one of each. I have no idea what it's going to do, but anyway, I'm going to extend this. What time's class over? 12:35. I better go ahead and extend it to 12:35. Okay, now let's go through and do it. Okay, now we're going to go through and do it. Sorry about that. But I want to show you the whole effect. Assignments. I only got two, probably only got two left, probably. No, I still got 5 chances. Okay. All right, because I'm the teacher, that's probably why. All right, there is a math question. Wait a minute. Why didn't it? Did I not? Hold on a minute. I'm sorry about this. I didn't know that one of my tests didn't have bonus questions in it. I didn't add them. I didn't add them. Nope, I sure didn't. I suck. All right, I'm just going to go through and click every other one. These questions are important, not just because they're bonus questions, but they're good for you to see while I'm going over the second day of class. Just trust me, okay? Add. There we go. I didn't add them last time. That's why it didn't transfer over. And make sure order. I need to make sure they're all out of order. Show, scramble. There. Okay. Now we can get back to what we're doing. Sorry. I didn't know. I thought I had bonus questions on all my tests. Settings. Oh, I'm sorry. Main menu. Assignment. There we go. Now we should be able to see them. 39 questions. There we go. And there's a math question. There's a bonus question. Now, I want you to write down these bonus questions because some of them are, okay, accommodations for, you already have accommodations. Now, this is what I do for students that need extra time on accommodations. I tell students to take this, since you already have extra time, I tell students to take advantage of that extra time. If you cannot make a satisfactory grade after 5 tests with extra time, then you come see me and I'll give you extra time even more, okay? That's only with accommodations with documentation, okay? Hopefully that answers your question. All right, so what's the answer here? How does Hubert replace your lowest test grade with your final exam? There's only one answer. Somebody tell me. B. It's the only answer. Next. Math question. Math question. I'll explain that in a little bit, Mr. Michael, why I do that. The 50 minutes. How do I know it's 50 minutes? I'll tell you in just a minute. How is homework, quizzes, tests, and exams weighed in Hubert's course? Why isn't the answer 30, 30, 30? I want somebody to answer that, either vocally or in the chat. Why is B not the answer? You could say because of the syllabus, but yeah, that's true. That's correct, Mr. Parrish and Harbert. Miss Harbert, it does not equal 100. So it's 20, 10, 50, and 20 is 70, and that's for the test and exam. So I just say 70%. Math question. Math question. Math question. Math question. Math question. It's supposed to spread them all out. It's not supposed to clump them up, the bonus questions, but sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. There we go. What should a student do if you do if something happens and you are out of class for a while? And I'm going to type in something here. and I'm going to type it because it is something that I go by in my class. And if I can do it, give me a second because I have to find it. There we go. We are a product of our own choices and decisions. Somebody tell me what that means. Now, I don't think that was a famous quote. My dad said that all the time. I'll say Hubert's dad. Give him credit. Okay? Why am I telling you this? So somebody take a stab at it. What does this mean? What does this saying mean? Missing class is up to us, so is how we do in the class. Exactly. How about Miss Guernsey? Do you work? I'm going to pick on you because I like your last name. Do you work, Miss Guernsey?
Yes, sir, I do.
Where do you work?
I work at Wildway.
Okay. Miss Guernsey, what happens to you if you decide to take 2 weeks off and you just take 2 weeks off and you don't tell your employer?
I'll probably get fired.
You get what?
Fired?
Isn't that unreasonable? What about anybody else? Let's see. I'm just going to pick on Mr. Parrish. Mr. Parrish, do you work somewhere?
Yes, sir, I do.
Where do you work?
Zaxby's.
Okay. Do y'all ever get orders right?
Most of the time we get them right.
I'm just picking on you. Which Zaxby's you work at, Mr. Parrish?
The one in my hometown.
Oh, you're not in Anderson?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, then that's possible. I think Anderson, in order to work at a Zaxby's in Anderson, you have to absolutely mess up the order. Anyway, what if you decided to go to Aruba, Mr. Parrish, and you didn't call Zaxby's?
I would be fired.
I think that's unreasonable. Let me ask you something. Miss Harbert. Miss Harbert, do you work somewhere? No, you don't have to work. No, you don't have to work. Miss Harbert, I want to ask you a question. Let's say that you decided that you wanted to go 80 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and you got caught by the popo. Whose fault is it?
Probably mine.
Yeah, because you made the what?
The choice to do that.
Exactly. Now, what the heck does that have to do with what I'm going over? Well, a lot of these bonus questions come from students that did not make a very good choice. Okay? I think y'all start to see where I'm going with it. But what should a student do if something happens and they go to and they're out of class for a while? This student had forced to go on a cruise. And guess when she told me? 2 weeks after grade turn-in. She missed the Unit 3 test. Now, first of all, I give a week to take a test. I give videos saying, okay, the test is going to start on this day and it's going to end on this day when I review the test. Because I do this right before I assign the test, we go through the test. Did everybody catch that? Before the Unit 1 test, I will do this in class. I'll go over the test. For the Unit 2 test, we will go over the Unit 2 test. Will it be the same test? Really? You're going to ask me that? You think I'm going to give you the same test that I show you in class? No. It's going to be a version of the test. Anyway, and I give y'all, sometimes I give the class a week catch up. Toward the end of the semester, I'll open up everything and I'll give you a week to catch up. my boss knows this also. So what happened when I told the student that she had the grade that she had to deal with? She calls my department head. My department head says, when did you tell Hubert that you were on a cruise? Today, which is 2 weeks after grade turn-in. And my department head, I'm sorry, I can't help you. With all the chances that Hubert gives you, I can't help you when you call me 2 weeks after grade turn-in. So, what did this student choose to do? Not tell the instructor where she was going. What if you have a wreck? Then chances are, what is your parents going to do if you have a wreck, or your husband or wife, and they know you go to school and have a job? What do you think your guardian or your parents or your siblings or your spouse, what do you think they're going to do if you have a job and go to school and you're knocked out with morphine? What do you think they're going to do?
Call.
They're going to call your work. They're going to call somebody's going to call. So that takes care of the wreck. Okay? So if you're incapacitated, I know if somebody's going to call your work, they're going to call your school. Okay? So what is the key? Communication. Not 2 weeks after the fact. Before or during. During means like a wreck, hospital. You know what I'm talking about. Next. This is the number one, sometimes number two, most missed question. And I've yet to have somebody explain to me how you missed this question. What's the only answer? C. It's the only answer. I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me how you missed this question. In one class, I had 5 students miss this question. In a class of 30, I had 5 students miss this question. I'm not supposed to bunch them up like this. Math question. Okay. If a student, this is a student that told me she didn't realize that if she didn't do the homework, she got zeros. If a student does not complete a homework assignment or test, what grade will be recorded for that assignment? 0, zilch, nada. This is no joke. Last semester, I had a student. Y'all ready for this? He took every single one of my tests and had a 93 average. Everybody with me? He got a C for the course. Somebody tell me why he got a C for the course.
He didn't do any of the homework.
He didn't do any of the homework. We are a product of our own choices and decisions. What did that student choose not to do? He chose not to do homework. He went to me. I didn't reply to his email. I went ahead and forwarded it to my department head because I knew my department head was going to get it. She did. She said, I can't help you. It's in the syllabus. Hubert posts his syllabus. It's a bonus question on his test. She knows everything I do because I've been teaching longer than she has. She knows what I do. Okay? She knows what I do. That don't sound right. She knows what I do in each of my classes. How about that? That sounds better. And she knows that I give y'all every single chance and for you not to have any what? Excuses. This went all the way up to the president. Y'all with me? The president started after I did. So he knows what I do with each of my classes. And he pretty much laughed. He said, you chose not to do the homework. The syllabus states that whatever's the percentage is whatever you got to do. I'm not to give you any less. I'm not to give you any more. So if you make 100 on a project, I can't make it worth 20%. It's only worth 10. And I can't make it 9% because it's worth 10. That syllabus is a contract. And when you read it and you accept it and you don't criticize it or you don't balk on it, then that means you accept it. We are a product of our own decisions. Even those people that don't think, you know, they ride down the road with 10 pounds of cocaine in their back seat. Oh, I didn't do anything. Yeah, you're an angel. Okay, next. Math question. Math question. Math question. If you look at your overall grade in your grade book, and it has decreased, this is for the guy that didn't know. He said, I just didn't do the homework. Well, then you get a 0. And it makes your grade go what? Down. Math question. Math question. Although covered in the handouts in the first day of class by Hubert, what is the best way to communicate? Well, it used to be my cell phone, so that's the answer. But I'm going to have to change that to Teams because now that's the best way to contact me, through Teams, because it comes straight to my phone. But I still use my phone, so technically cell phone, because everything comes to my phone. When does the homework terminate? This is the #1 question students ask. And you won't like the answer because most of you procrastinate. And who worries about dates the most? I want a student to say it. Who worries about dates the most? People that procrastinate. You're right. Ms. Holcomb, you are correct. People that worry about dates the most are the ones that do everything at the last minute. So you're going to hate me because I don't give you dates. How is this supposed to work, Hubert? Well, it works pretty simple. You pull up your handy dandy outline that I gave you at the beginning of the semester. Oh, where is the outline? Let me go find it. Oh, God. Tri-County just logged me out. What a surprise. Math 111. As I told y'all, what is the most important page in your handouts and syllabus? The outline. I think I've already pulled it up. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. There it is. So what happens when I get to 9.5? We have a test. So when I get to the end of 9.5, I'm going to say, okay, it's time for a test. And I'm going to do exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm going to pull up the test, and we're going to go through it. Then at the end, I'm going to assign test dates to the test. And right after I do the test dates for the test, I'm going to set the dates for the homework. Well, see, the procrastinators can't stand that because the procrastinators, they'll have to do all their homework in one night. Well, that's who made that choice? You did. How should this work? For the non-procrastinators, this is how this should work. When I go over the intermediate review, you should try to bust your rear end to get that intermediate review done before homework, before we meet again. When I go over 9.1, you should bust your rear end to have that done before the next time we meet, except for questions, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute. When I do 9.2, you should have the next time we meet, you should have that done. Now, will there be times when I don't get all the way through 9.2? Yes, and I'll tell you, you don't have to worry about doing the homework yet because I'm not through with 9.2 yet. This is another thing you need to realize. if I cover the material completely, you are responsible for the homework. Period. Everybody should understand that. There shouldn't be anything, that should be it. If I cover the material, if I finish 9.2, and at the end of class I say, well, we're finished with 9.2, we'll go into 9.3 next. That's your cue that you need to work on 9.2 homework and try to get as much of it as it done as you can before the next class. So if I go over, let's say I start the intermediate review Monday or Tuesday. Let's say that I start the intermediate review Tuesday. Then that means by Thursday, you should try to have that homework at least 80% complete. And therefore, the next time we meet, I can finish with questions, or I can finish that and go into 9.1. When I finish 9.1, you try to knock out the homework before we meet, at least 80%. Therefore, when we get to the test, what's the only homework that you haven't done? 9.5. And then you try to knock it out. And I do give you an extra day to go over 9.5 homework after the test has been assigned. So some of y'all that's wanting a date for 9.1 and 9. You ain't gonna get it. You go over it when I go over it. Where's my test? There it is. So when does the homework terminate? Toward the end of the material. I need to hurry up. If you miss a question on a test and you want to challenge that question, if the directions do not specify, then you ask Hubert if you can meet with him after class. You don't send me several emails with the last one saying hello, because if you don't ask me to meet for class, I'm going to ignore those emails, because you're supposed to ask me to meet me after class. You can ask me that orally or vocally. You don't have to send me an email. You just ask me during class. I'll get to your question about homework when I get to the homework, okay? Hold on just a second. I've still got some questions about homework to do. Okay? Next question. Math. Why does Hubert not do extra credit at the end of the semester? 1, I give you 5 days to take a test. 2, I give you 90 minutes to take a 50-minute test. 3, I give you 3 to 5 tries for each test. 4, I give you a catch-up week toward the end of the semester. I'm not going to give you extra points at the end of the semester. You have to earn them. In your grade book, what do you hit to see your grade? This was back when they had a button that said overall grade and painted it orange and nobody hit it. Now they just defaulted to your overall grade because people got tired of asking about overall grade. They got tired of it, so they changed it. Math. If you have incomplete assignments, what does that do to your grade? Decreases it. Math. If you take several forms of a unit test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? He takes the highest grade. I do like he calls you a loser and fails you. I do like that one, but that's not the answer. B is the answer. Which branch? The only one with the United States in front of it. Now, even if I have no idea, and this is how you do, even if I have no idea about math, what do I hit when I'm ready to turn in my homework or my test? I hit the submit button. When I'm finished with my homework and my test, I will hit the submit button. It'll tell me you have incomplete. I've only answered, let's see, how many, 29, there's 14 questions that I answered. And I still made a 36, and I didn't answer the first math question. So if you ever meet somebody that makes a real bad grade in my class, like I say, they must be pretty bad off, because I give you at least 30 to 40 points for each test. Okay? Now you can go back, and I know what some of y'all are going to do. You're going to go to the video, and you're going to pause the video on each one of these questions and think that I'm going to give you the same exact test. It's not going to be the same exact test. If you go in and do the second one, it's going to be totally different from the first one. So you can forget doing that. That's not going to work. You can do it for homework, for doing, questions. If you want to do extra questions, you can. Okay, so that's how you do the test. Now the homework. So we're going to go to assignments, and I'm going to click on homework, or it should come up. Yeah, there it goes automatically to homework. If you can click on it, that means you can do it. I can't click on the review test. I can't click on any of these. And after 12:30, you're not going to be able to click on this. So please don't click on it, because it's not going to count. I'm going to delete that after class, if I remember to. Okay, so this is the only thing you should be working on. And I haven't even started covering it yet. I'm going to cover it Tuesday. So if you want to start working on it, that's fine. But I'm going to start working on it Tuesday. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you, for those students that have no idea about MyLabs Plus, I'm going to show you how to use it. Click on the homework, and I'm just going to pick a homework problem. And this is what the homework problems look like. Looks like the test, except the tests don't have this button. This is the button that's going to help you when you're doing homework at home. Let's say you don't understand how to do this problem. I'm lost. I don't understand. You hit this button. Sometimes you're going to have a video. Sometimes you're going to have computer tutorial. Sometimes you have e-text. This one has a help me solve this. Write down beside in your notes, help me solve this. I want you to write down guided tutorial. A guided tutorial. Have you ever had a tutor that asks you 15 questions for one question? What is this question asking? What is this? Is this a negative or a positive? What are these parentheses for? That's a guided tutorial. Okay, that's help me solve this. When should a person use help me solve this? When they have no idea whatsoever how to do the problem, or they've never seen the problem before. Okay? Most of you might not use this because most of you have had algebra before, so you know that this is a trinomial. You're going to have to use either the reverse FOIL. I don't pronounce words with OIL in it because I always have some smart aleck in the group, or DOG or LOG, because I always have some smart aleck in the group that says I don't pronounce it correctly. So I don't pronounce it. I just say DOG or LOG, or I say FOIL or OIL, and then you just pronounce it however you'd like. So reverse FOIL, or the complete and square, or we can do many ways, but most of you from an algebra context will go, okay, that's reverse FOIL. I can't factor out a common term because the 5, so I'm just going to click on this because I've seen this before. I just need to be refreshed. View an example does not ask questions. It just shows you how to do it step by step. You just hit okay, 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 okay. You don't answer any questions. Help me solve this, you answer questions. So most of my students use view an example. Print, if you want to print out the problem or print out the assignment, that's what that's for. This is the button I want to talk about. Let's say that you go through and you do help me solve this, and you go through and you say view an example, and you still have no clue. You ask my instructor, please do this. Math sucks. Now, I did that on purpose for a reason. I'm going to send it. Now, to show you that I didn't send this 20 minutes ago, you just heard my alarm go
You
off.
have a work
I'm going to
email.
go to my email, and I don't have a Math 111 folder yet. I have one, but it's not. I'm checking 1 minute. 109. There's the 109 I was looking for in my last class. There it is, right there. And now I'm going to click on that and say, look, please do this. And then a jumble of letters, math sucks. I sent that not 10 seconds ago. And it came right. I'm going to have a folder of Math 111 down here, and it's going to show that. Now, why do I do this? Because this gauges how fast we go. Somebody tell me what I'm talking about. Can somebody tell me in layman's terms what I'm talking about when I say the Ask My Instructor button gauges the speed of the class? What am I saying there?
You know if people are having trouble or not.
Exactly. Who was that? I got to put that was Mr. Fowler, correct? Was that you, Mr. Fowler?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Fowler hit it right on the head. If I go through the Intermediate Algebra Review Monday, or I'm sorry, Tuesday, and I don't get any questions from Intermediate Algebra Review on Thursday, if I don't have any questions in my folder, what is that going to tell me about the class? It's going to tell me that you understand the material. Now, who's not going to do who's not going to do the review homework before Thursday? Who's not going to do it? The procrastinators. And the procrastinators are going to try to send me 1.1 homework when I'm doing 9.3. That don't work. And that's when you have to see me after class, and I will go over the 1.1 homework after class, because you chose to do 1.1 homework while I'm in 9.3 or 9.2. So no matter what I do, I'm going to get the procrastinators for being procrastinators, whether it be the test or whether it be the homework. I'm going to get you, and you're going to show me who you are before the first test. Okay? I know, I'm a bastard. Any questions so far on that? All right, go back to the homework. Let me go back to the homework. I'm trying to get there. Hold on. Well, I guess, hold on a second. There it is. You may pull up a homework question, and it may have a video on it. You may pull up a homework question, and it may have a computer tutorial on it. Okay, this one still has, on the review, I think most of the review questions are going to be set up like this. But you may every once in a while get one that has a video. I don't see one right now. Yeah, they're all, I think these review questions come from a review section, and they don't have the videos on them. Okay. Okay, so I am done. I'm 100% done. Now you ask me questions. We got several minutes. For those of you that are having convulsions, you don't need to have convulsions. We got like 7 minutes. So who's got questions? I need you to send them in now or voice them.
Could you type in actually how to answer math problems, like if you have to use a fraction or something?
Okay, they will show you how to do that right here. if you have to have something, they will have it down here. There's the fraction.
Okay, sweet.
There's the mixed number. If you have to have E, they'll have E down here, but they might have it under more. But usually, I'll tell you a secret. If you have a log, let's say you have a log question. I'm sorry, LOG, log. If you have a LOG question, chances are when you click on this, there's going to be, well, it's not doing it now. Well, why didn't it do it? Usually because you don't need it. You don't need anything. But if you need something like a fraction bar, it's already going to have it down here when you type it in. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
If you need something extra, it's going to be down here. Now, if you need to type 4 to the 5th power, type 4 and then shift up arrow and then to the 5th. Now, I don't know if that's right or not. I'm not even worried about the math. 7 plus 16 is 7 plus 6 is 13. So that's going to be 13. 13. Oh, well, I'm going to just give up. -4, shift up to the 13th power. And then you hit check. Now, once you finish the last problem, okay, 1/4. 7 plus 6 is, oh, use the product rule to simplify. Okay, I'm sorry. But the product rule, oh, type in exponential. I did type in exponential. I don't know what they're wanting.
It might be you need parentheses.
Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, thank you. That was it. Okay, so after you finish your homework, you hit save. It's always good to hit save after each problem. So that way, if something power goes out, it won't knock it back to the last time you hit save. I do think that if you automatically exit, it will automatically save. When you get to the end problem, and you've completed all the others, you'll probably have a submit button. I don't know. I'll hit it again. This is the last one. Yeah, you just hit save. It might have a submit button. After you type in an answer, you get 3 tries on the answer or 5 tries. I can't remember. I may have it set to unlimited. There we go. And hit save. And it'll save whatever you've done. Okay? I think somewhere after you've done every single one of the problems, I think there's a actual submit button. Okay? All right, who's got another question? We got 4 minutes.
So all of our homework is just going to be under assignments for my labs?
Yep. And if that's not clicked, that means you don't need to worry about it. Now I might put some chapter 9 questions on here, but that'll be next week. I want everybody to focus on this because I don't want you to try to impress me and try to go to 9.5 by tomorrow night. I don't need any of that. I just want everybody to focus on this section of homework right here. That way, even the procrastinators will have it done before Tuesday if they want to work on it before Tuesday. If you don't want to work on it before Tuesday, you wait till Tuesday, period. Because I'll go through here and I'll pick on, I might do every 3rd question. I might do every 4th question or 5th question, but I'll go through these questions and other things when it comes to Tuesday. You also, something you might want to do over the weekend is this. Go to my YouTube channel and type Hubert McClure. And I'm only telling you this because in algebra and in trig and calc, I tell all my students to do this. Type in Hubert McClure, click on the pink shirt, go under my last name, hit playlist, Now, either go under the Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 reviews and work on those, which are right here. There's the Algebra 1 review. There's the Algebra 2 review. Or you can go to Math 110, which is, let's see, where's Math 110? It was last semester. Well, I don't see it right now. Where's my Math 110? That's this semester. Let me look. Hold on a second. Well, I know it's down here somewhere because I taught it 2019-10. Okay, there it is. Math 110 conventional. Hit view playlist and review over whatever you want to. That's it. If you want to, you got the same book. So if you want to see what 2.1 is, look in your table of contents and go to 2.1 and look over it. Do this and I'll show you, you click on that, you can do 2.1. 110 is a good review for the intermediate review. If you want to go over factoring, then you look up, I think it's, that'll be in the review section here. Factoring will be in the review section here. So you can go over that review. That's something you can do if you want to do this weekend. That is a very good exercise to do this weekend. Just go over the things that you think you suck at. If you suck at logs, then you need to go down here to logs. If you suck at exponentials, if you suck at factoring or completing the square, which we don't use completing the square in trig. So I would not suggest reviewing over completing the square. I would suggest factoring, which is in the reviews, and logs. I don't think logs is that big a deal. Mainly the review sections right here. Review homework, 4th day review. It wouldn't hurt to go over the few of chapter 2.1, 2.2. Just go over and just remember some of the stuff. Okay? So that's what I would suggest y'all do. All right. Now I'm going to pull up the attendance right quick. I'm going to stop the presentation and I'm going to stop the recording.